Hi, I'm Daniel Mullen, and you're watching Purebred Reds, Adelaide United Fan TV.
Standing here with Bobby after the 3-1 win against Melbourne Victory. What a great night this was tonight, mate. Fantastic performance. Great result as well. We were expecting it to be as easy as it was.
No, to be honest, mate, I rolled in tonight, Victory. You know, they've been underdone probably the whole year. I didn't think it would be that easy rolling into, Adelaide United, Marco in there. But yeah, we held our own. I honestly thought I'd come away happy with a win, but we did that, and we did that convincingly.
Riley McGree scored 5 goals now from midfield. He's playing so well, getting plenty of assists, racking up plenty of assists as well. Do we have a fight on our hands to keep him at this stage?
I don't want to think about it, but yeah, we probably do, because look at him. The stats speak for themselves, and he's playing extremely well. So you just have to step back and look at him and see how it's going. So we probably do have a fight on our hands, but hopefully we can keep on, hold on to him to the end of the year. So we'll see how we go.
In terms of the team he started tonight, had a few options he could have gone with. Were you happy with what it looked like in the end? Obviously, it's easy to say after a win that he got the team right. But looking at it first glance, pre-game, did you think he nailed the team?
No. To be honest, no. I didn't think he'd nailed it. But with what we've got at the moment, I suppose it's exciting to see. That the new players he brings in. If that's what he wants to play with, then that's fine. And obviously, we've walked away with a win, so no one can complain about that, obviously. So we're okay at the moment, I think. We're okay.
That midfield balance with Dorigo currently playing the anchoring role, is that his to lose with Boland still not in the team? How do you view that? Obviously, Boland, very important last season, a foreign player. Should that be his to earn back now with how good Dorigo's playing?
Yeah, if you look at it like that, I suppose it just brings the team, up a next notch, up to the next level. So if you want to look at it like that, he needs to play into his spot again, then so be it, because it's just going to make the whole team better. So if he wants to do that, then that's fine. And everyone's obviously holding their own at the moment. You can look at it like that, and if we're walking away with a win, that's all that matters.
And tell us a little bit about yourself as a fan. How long have you been coming? What's your history with Adelaide United as a supporter?
I've been a fan for about 4 years now, so obviously not a die-hard fan, but moved from the country, from lower South Australia. So I moved up and...
Which town from?
From Mount Gambier.
Oh,
so,
beautiful.
Yeah, so just grew up in Mount Gambier, moved up here and had a few mates that ran through Adelaide United when I was younger. So I've grown up here and moved in, and yeah, I loved it. It's been great. So hopefully the boys can get something done for me within this year or within the next couple of years, and at least it'd be nice.
I like the sound of that, Bobby. Thanks for speaking to us tonight, mate.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good on you, mate. No worries. Standing here with Dawson after the 3-1 victory against Melbourne Victory tonight. Mate, Marco Kurz comes back tonight, and they were just second best all night. What do you reckon?
It's absolutely fantastic to see that Marco Kurz gets a loss here. Disappointing that he left us in the end, but I mean, you know what? It's just deserved, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Who was sort of best on ground for you tonight? I thought it was hard to pick a bad player, but certainly your likes of Riley McGree's and James Troisi, Louis Dorigo. What do you reckon? Who was sort of your 3-2-1 for the night?
Riley McGree by far gets the 3 votes. Absolutely fantastic. You can't score 2 and not get the 3. Troisi again, absolutely fantastic to the middle of the park. Lays a fantastic ball every time, and obviously the results get there. The 1 could have gone to anyone, to be honest. I mean, throw a name in the ring and you probably could have given it to him, but really the 3 and the 2, they're easily solid up. The 1 could have gone to anyone, really.
Yeah, really well said. Do we have to sort of be careful about not becoming too cocky about how we're going at the moment? I mean, it seems like since that Melbourne City loss and the FA Cup win, we are just riding this massive form wave. Are we in a bit of a dangerous position where we might start underestimating other teams at the moment, or are we genuinely as good as we're seeming like we are at the moment?
Look, I think we're a fantastic team, but I think if we get too cocky, then we've had previous years where we've looked very good and then we fall away at the end. I think if we stick to our guns and keep playing the way that we are, I think we'll be fantastic. But it's all up to the fans to get around the boys, and as long as the momentum comes from the fans, then I think that the team will reciprocate that.
Last question, mate. We saw 12,500 come through the gates tonight. Is that the one sort of disappointing thing that we have to gloss over? I mean, we're used to sort of, your 15, 16,000s for these kinds of games against Victory. To only get 12,500 tonight, is it a little bit on the disappointing end for you?
Oh, 100%. I don't understand why there wouldn't be more people here. It's a Saturday game, it's not a Sunday. Quality prime time spot, and you'd think we'd get the numbers here, but I mean, if people aren't going to come up, there's not much we can do about it. We're here to support the team every week, and if people don't want to turn up, then we can't do much about that, can we?
All right, Georgie, what a 10 out of 10 performance this was from the team. Were you expecting that combination of the result and the performance being as good as it was to have been so easy tonight?
I think it says a lot about where Melbourne Victory are at. So, look, I wasn't expecting overly positive things just because their backs were against the wall. Marco Kurz is that type of coach that gets them up for those kinds of games. But look, obviously very happy with the result, but they're in real dire straits. And I think that result said a lot more about them than it did about us.
They've got most of their players back now, Victory, and as you've highlighted there, he's under a lot of pressure, Kurz. Where do you see it all sort of heading for him? I mean, it doesn't look good right now, and he seemed like a fairly resilient character when he was back here in Adelaide. He had moments where performances weren't great, a few people questioned things, and he definitely sort of at least came back and answered his critics with 2 finals campaigns and FFA Cup win. Where do you see it all heading for him at the moment with Victory?
I think we get the sack. I don't know why they got him. He's not the right manager for the biggest club in the country. I honestly don't think he knows what he's doing. Or there's a rift in the playing group or something like that. He'll go. And unless they really turn around, I don't think they'll make the finals, to be honest. Or if they do, they'll just sneak in.
We sort of had 1 or 2 questions about what this team was going to look like back in the pre-season. How happy are you with things right now?
Yeah, look. I myself doubted what we were going to look like, but I think we got the balance right. I think Dorigo has been fantastic. Opseth showed his worth tonight and last week. Troisi was immense. I think the balance and the depth is really good as well. So our bench, so you've got Kiddo, Elsie, Leah, Constans. There was one more as well. Toure. So that's a quality A-League bench, which is arguably has more depth than the championship winning team. So very excited for how that goes. But look, not overly convinced yet. But we'll look positive signs.
What's it going to take to overly convince you?
Just consistency, I guess. Consistency. I think our midfield 3 is one of the best in the league, to be honest. Like when you got Troisi, Dorigo, and
the options are Bowl.
Yeah, Bowl and McGree. Yeah, McGree. Yeah, like that's immense. Like Dorigo's been. I can't speak highly enough of how well Dorigo's played after the first couple games. So good on him. Yeah.
Do you think he got the team right tonight?
Yeah, I mean he didn't really have any other options. The only other option would be to probably start
Elsie.
Yeah, I think Moroney. I was talking about the right, but yeah, Elsie. Moroney did his job. Moroney was good. Better than he's been in the past. In terms of the right-hand side, Blackwood was very average, but I mean the only other option would have been to start Toure or Kiddo. So look, I think either one's going to be a bit hit and miss. But obviously when Halloran's back, that changes things. So yeah,
we were sat pretty close to one another during the game tonight. We went on about how the attendance figure wasn't overly fantastic. What do you make of that? Because I mean, we're in fantastic form. It was a nice night. It was a very nice day in Adelaide as well. The storyline about tonight wrote itself. Return occurs, and yet we can't get over 13,000 to the game. And this is the kind of game that we didn't have to do any marketing for. Historically, to get your 15s and 16,000 figures. So, what do you make of the attendance?
Look, disappointed. I think it's probably more to do with where the league's at the moment rather than where we're at as a club. It's a shame, and I encourage all fans, casual fans of football, to get out and watch because look, we got 50,000 to. I keep saying it, we got 50,000 to a grand final. 4 years ago. Where are the other 40,000? So something needs to be done about that. I don't think anyone has the answer, as I've said on this before. So look, it's not ideal, but we'll keep building, and I think it's up to fans like us to just keep supporting, and then the casuals will come out.
Well said. You're a football realist. Where can we sort of take where this team is at the moment and really sort of try and get a sense of where we'll finish at the end of the season?
I don't put limits on anything. Like, realistically, let's start on making finals first, and we'll see how far we go. I mean, we've already got a trophy this year, but ideally get a home final in the first week, and then keep ticking along. So look, I'm not expecting to win the championship, but another one in the trophy cabinet would be nice.
Staying here with Josh after the 3-1 win against Melbourne Victory. Mate, a handful of really good performances tonight for Adelaide United. Who stood out?
For me, I think tonight I really liked how McGree was playing. He's just everywhere, really. Maria, I love his versatility. Can play like anywhere. Everyone's just really gelling at the moment and playing really well, so it's good to see.
Do you think, like, given that Melbourne Victory is really struggling at the moment, and the fact that we're going to be third after this win with a game in hand, that this might be an easier league than we sort of predicted at the beginning of the year?
Well, definitely. I think at the start of the year, I don't think anyone had predicted Adelaide United to really be a team that's contending, but obviously early we're showing that we can go pretty far, and I think this team definitely has potential to go far.
And where do you think we'll finish at the end of the year?
Finish? I think at least top 3 or 4. I think this team can go far. Playing really well under the new manager. I'm enjoying the new game like playing style, and I think we'll go far.
Can we win the championship?
You never know. I think at the early stages, early signs, we're looking good. So
No worries, mate. Thanks for speaking to us.
No worries. Thank you.
Cheers.
Fellas, if you're hearing this, I'm going to test out the sensitivity of your mic. Ready? Fuck off Melbourne Victory, ole. Ole. Fuck off Melbourne Victory, ole.
That should be his backing track.
Fuck off Melbourne Victory, ole. Ole.